Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jennifer and I'm a full-time reseller. I sell undervalued goods that I pick up at thrift stores and yard sales and put them up on eBay for profit. I have been doing this now for over 3 years and I'm still learning things as I go. That's the thing with this business is no matter how long you do it, you're still looking up items and you're looking them up all the time. I can't be one that just goes into a thrift store, sees an item, and just buys it. Maybe there's a couple things in that category where it's just a no-brainer, it's cheap enough, you pick it up because I've sold it multiple times. But I'm not going to walk into a thrift store, see this, and instantly know that this is going to be profit. Because, yes, it may look like it's worth a lot of money. Maybe not this example, but maybe look like it's worth a lot of money. But you also have to take into consideration saturation. Because if there's not a lot sold and there's a lot of them listed, I don't want that item or I'm going to end up holding on to it for way too long. So even though you know it's going to be worth money, like a speaker, for example, I'll tell you how much I paid and what I got for this. Yes, I know it's a JBL speaker. That's a good brand. I know this is worth money, but if there's a lot more available than what are selling, people don't want the speaker. Maybe it's JBL isn't good anymore and they all want their Bose speakers or whatever the situation is, you always want to comp out your items. So without further ado, I actually wanted to take this time to go over my sales for this weekend. We had 12 things that sold this weekend. It was a very, very good weekend. Let me tell you what I paid for these and what they sold for. So hopefully you can see something that you've never seen before. Something that you've walked by before and didn't know was worth something. So this can go into the category of things to watch for when you go into these thrift stores or at these estate sales, but still always comp it out. Today, this speaker is worth whatever amount. Next week, it may not. And electronics change all the time. Fashion changes all the time. So if you're watching this video months from now, this speaker may not be worth more than $10. So just always look up your items when you find them. And it takes extra time, but it is always worth it. So today, we're not going to start with the speaker. We're going to start with this backpack. So this backpack, Osprey, remember that brand. This backpack is kind of like Camelback. It has a water bag in it so that you take the straw out and you can drink your water as you're on a hike. This is the youth backpack, and I got it at Savers for $5.50 minus their 20% off coupon. So I paid even less than that, and it sold for $32. We've got this clock. When I first started, these were listed as a bolo. I was watching YouTubers and they just loved these clock radios, and they just don't sell very well for me. I've had this radio, no joke, probably 2 years. A very long time. So I got it cheap. I got it for $4, which now I'm not going to pay $4 for these because it takes so long for them to sell. But this one sold for $25. Lemax, another bolo brand. Always look up Lemax. Always. And I actually put Lemax in the category of grab it if it's cheap enough without looking it up. So this was in a whole box of Lemax Halloween Spooky Town. I paid $80 for I think there was 2.5 totes, giant totes of Lemax Spooky Town. Big houses, little houses, accessories, all of it. I've already made 2, 3, probably 4 times that amount on that box. Because there was a set of just the little figures, and the figures alone sold for over $200. And I've sold other houses. So this guy here sold for $24.90. Then we've got headphones. So these Sony headphones, anytime you can find anything brand new in box, dust is extra. Always get it. Always look it up. I'll say that. These were at an estate sale for $1. They are brand new, sealed, never opened, old stock. I don't know when these were made, but they're old. So I paid $1 and these sold for $33.30. Super easy to ship, super easy to store. Like, if I could find these all day, I would be golden. So, love old electronics sealed in box. The other thing this goes with really well is Discmans and Walkmans. Always look those up. They range big time. So, There's a Sony cassette Walkman I sold, I think it was last week, for right around $20, but then there's others that can go for upwards of $200. So always look up Walkmans, Discmans, Sony, pretty much Sony anything. Always look it up. Then we've got Dustpan. That's what I was talking about earlier. This guy I paid $3. He sold for $24. Not a huge sale, but super easy to ship and pack and all of that, and pictures. So then we get to the speaker. So this speaker in general, JBL, is a good brand. At least it is today. This one was beat up. It's definitely seen better days. It was in a box. My favorite boxes is just a box of random cables and electronics. So people don't know what to do with their old electronics, and I always find them in random boxes, and those are my favorite. Like, I jump for joy when I see an old electronics box with speakers and cables and usually some other good stuff. So this little guy was tucked in there. He's missing an end cap. Like, this has a little end piece. This guy is missing an end piece. He's kind of dented. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but he's pretty dented up. But it works, and he sounds good. Doesn't make any rattles. So I'll put him for around $2. I bundled it with other stuff from that sale, but around $2 for him, and he finally sold for $25. I had him for a little while because of his condition, but these do go for more if the condition was better. So I took an offer of $25. And we've got a HotSpot, this AT&T HotSpot. I paid $3, and this bad boy sold for $50. AT&T makes them, Verizon makes them. I love getting these. This Surflink Remote. This is a remote control that goes to hearing aids. I love selling them. I've sold a couple of these. This one is still in its box, super clean, has its papers. I paid $2 for this, and it sold for $26. So again, not huge sales. Some of these are just $20, $25, but it all adds up. So we got the remote. Then my top 3 sales from the weekend are this Cutco knife block. Cutco anything. If you can find their knives, they're amazing. They sell very well. This particular knife block had a lot of holes in it, and that's, I think, what helped it sell. It's got room for 8 knives, 8 steak knives, a bunch of knives up top. Whatever reason, this particular one, I paid $7, and it was 20% off, so that made it 5 something. And then he sold for $40. So again, keep an eye out for knife blocks. Woo Stuff is another one that I've sold the knife block for. Any of these expensive knives, because people will find the knives for either secondhand use, and now they want the block for it, or whatever reason they want an extra knife block. Knife blocks do sell. These boots. These are Jeffrey Campbell. They are leather boots, super, super sexy. They go all the way up with lots of lace, and there's no way I would ever be able to wear these, but they are very, very hot boots. And I sold those for $85. I've had them for, I got them right around spring break. So 3-4 months. I had them listed at $100. I sent an offer of $85 and they took it. So I'm happy with that. And then the best sale goes to this Roomba Base. This Roomba Base kind of has a little story. So I'm at Savers and I find this giant Roomba box and I start looking in it to see what's all in this box. It turns out it was just the base, just the cleaning base. So this base, you put your Roomba parts on it, it sucks up all the dirt, and then you just empty out the canister of the base. Normally it comes together when you buy the fancy Roomba. It comes with both the Roomba robot and the Roomba base, but this was an accessory. So this was purchased separate, and that's all that was in there. They originally had that priced at $60. So I'm like, $60 for a base? I looked it up. They're going for about $100, $150. I'm not paying $60 for it. So I talked to a manager and I had asked her, okay, so this is priced at $60, but there's no actual Roomba in it. Did you guys know that that wasn't in it and that's why it's priced? Or was it priced thinking that Roomba was in it? So she goes, talks to her people, comes back, and she's like, no, I think they priced it because they thought the Roomba was in it. And I said, no, this is just the base. There's no actual vacuum. So she marked it down, and I got this thing for $8. $8. Thrilled. So it went from 60 to 8. That was super, super awesome. However, my competition came from Roomba, who offered it for the same price as I was doing it on eBay, and they can do free shipping. So I ended up taking an offer. I had it listed at $150. I had a lot of interest, but everyone kept saying, I'll get it cheaper on their website. I'll get it cheaper on their website. So rule number 1 of reselling is buy things cheap, and that's what I did. So I paid so little for this. When I accepted the offer of $115, I was thrilled. They also paid for shipping, and sometimes when you're shipping bigger items, not sometimes, but always, eBay gives you a shipping discount. So I figured once I pack it up and ship it, then there's going to be a little bit of wiggle room where I'll get a little bit of profit off of the shipping cost. Not much, but a little bit. So even if I go straight from my $8 to $115, that's over $100 profit. So minus fees, totally worth it. Thrilled. I've also put in my listing, it's going to ship in this box. It was originally shipped in this box. It's got its label on the side. So I'm going to pack it up, put more foam in there, and it's going directly in this box. And then one Facebook Marketplace sale, let me show you that real quick, is this Fondue Pot. This Fondue Pot was a personal item. I've had this one. We cleaned out our pantry. And this finally sold. It's got the base. It's got a little stand, wooden stand for it. It's got all of its accessories. Swiss mark, so it's an authentic Swiss fondue pot. I also had a story. I was lowering the price for someone who was interested and wanted to do it shipped instead of local, and I dropped the price for them to help them out with the shipping cost. Somebody else bought it. So I feel bad, but I told her that I had done that, and she wasn't fast enough to grab it. So I'm not going to penalize the person that bought it and take it away from them. They were just doing what they wanted to do, which was buy a fondue pot. So $20 plus shipping. And like I said, it was a personal item, so I consider that no investment, because the investment was done many years ago. So yeah, that's all my sales for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something new, a new brand to watch for, a new item to look out for. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you want more like this. Just working on trying to grow the channel and get you guys as much content as I can. So thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.